Craft Room 2019 tour. I'm filming this on a Monday morning, and I thought that it would be perfect to do this today because my family was home all weekend, and I normally keep my craft area stuff picked up over the weekends when my family is here. So before I actually pull out all of my projects and get working on that today, I thought that I would just zip right through and show this off. And I also thought that I would show off our apartment as well. We just moved here in September. A couple of caveats though. We moved to this apartment from a much smaller house, so we are still lacking a couple of things that we need to finish unpacking or whatnot. We'll kind of go through that together. But as you walk into the apartment, my backside is actually up against the front door here. We have this great hallway situation that actually leads into the main part of the apartment, but it's a nice heated room, good extra storage square footage for the apartment itself. We have this great row of hanging racks here where we can hang our outdoor equipment and our coats and stuff like that. And on this side over here, this is actually a door frame that has been permanently closed off by the landlord. He didn't apparently want to spend the money just putting some wall up over it, so he left the door here. And on the other side of the door is our bedroom, and we'll get to that eventually, but you turn around and here's the front door. Here is my parking. That's my car right there. My husband parks right next to me, but he's not home. And because it's winter and there's just underneath that fresh snow out there, there's so much sand and salt. Let me get the light here. We keep dragging in all the dirt. This room just never stays clean, and it's killing my vacuum. Here's a box of the brakes for my car. We normally keep our shoes here. We forgot. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff like these cushions here and these things right here are for Goodwill, and we actually forgot to grab those with us when we went on our errands over the weekend, so it's gonna have to wait until next weekend. But we don't normally have this much clutter in the hallway. I have a couple of bookshelves here. This one's mostly fiction, sort of classical fiction. This is my non-fiction bookshelf. That was me just kicking the heater by accident. No worries. We need more bookshelf space, and we thought that we would put it right, seeing as this door is blocked off. When we get another bookshelf or two, we'll put them up against this wall and just kind of keep them all in a row. And actually, that's what's in these boxes here are the rest of my books that we haven't had a chance to unpack yet, even because we don't have enough book space for it. So let me get the light as you walk into the main room of the apartment here. Right here to my left, I have this great little decorative cabinet with some fun stuff in it. And I actually keep, if you open up the doors in here, is where I keep my completed cards that are listed in my Etsy shop. So that works out really well. A place to tuck them away from dust and dirt and so on and so forth. That's a pet toy. And on the other side of that cabinet, on the as you walk through the door, we have this really great retro dresser and a very large fish tank. And here are the fishies that we talk about all the time. Love our fish. They just had a big tank clean on Saturday, and they protested by knocking over the denizens of Bikini Bottom. For some reason, they don't like them. They always tip over Mr. Krabs and Patrick, and SpongeBob and Patrick. Gary is the snail. And then this time they ripped their thermometer right off the inside of the glass. The characters can stay down, but I do have to fix that thermometer. Mental note to do that. Anyway, so in this cabinet is a combination of the two bottom drawers and this top drawer right here. A bunch of 12 by 12 papers. And this is actually my glitter papers in here. And the rest of the drawers are filled with our personal DVD collection. When we moved here, I'm sorry, I'm a little breathless. I didn't just get off the treadmill. I much more traumatic than that. I'm recovering from a cold, so I'm still having a little bit of difficulty breathing in my chest. So I'm like gasping at you. I'm okay. When we moved here, our DVD shelf unit was looking a little sad, so we decided that we were going to toss it and put all of our DVDs in drawers instead. So a good chunk of my DVD collection is in those drawers, as well as that paper that I mentioned. And then moving on over here, this is my daughter's room, which is a mess. Don't look. We actually had this whole room clean on Saturday so I could vacuum in here, but never knew. We have this baby gate up because our rabbit will go into the room and eat toys if we let her, which we don't. And the rabbit protests, as you can see, but we keep her locked. Actually, our rabbit just ran by. Around the corner here, this is our kitchen. This is our table and chairs. This is not our table and chairs. This is on loan. We actually were hoping to buy a nice set of table and chairs this year. We didn't have any room for really nice ones at our house, our former rental. We haven't gotten our tax return yet, which is a little unusual. It's quite a bit late this year, so that's kind of one of the things that we were hoping to get. Over here I have a little cabinet area. Actually, underneath here is where all of Leah's craft supplies go. And then my cookbooks and stuff, and my iPod player. Back door, this leads to the other apartments, and then it can also go downstairs into the basement, and through the basement, and then outside, and then on the other side of the basement on the outside is the post office. And our dumpster, and then there's some trash waiting for my daughter. It's her chore to bring that out. It's also her chore to unload the dishwasher, which she hasn't done yet today, which is why I haven't been able to load the dishwasher, so please forgive the mess. She can do those things when she gets home. It's just me today, and I'm not going to be making any dishes. But this is actually a dishwasher right here. You can see the outlet, the plug, and the hose here in the back. And at night, we turn it around towards the sink, and we hook it up, and we run the dishwasher, and in the morning, we unplug it and put it back into position. I've been using it as an island since we moved here to do food prep and stuff because the lighting in here is just awful. The light's not on right now because it's daytime, but when I'm preparing food, you know, at 5 o'clock at night, it's completely dark, and that's the only lighting in the room. So it was just easier for me to prepare food right underneath the light than on the counter over here. That's the papers on top, taped to the doors there. That's our meal plans for the week. You can see everything's almost crossed off, which means it's almost grocery shopping time. So yeah, pretty simple, basic. Sorry about the mess. Bathroom over here. I do not like the bathroom off the kitchen, but what can you do? And then this room right here on the other side of the stove is the laundry room. We have our own washer and dryer. And then this is the rabbit's cage. The rabbit sleeps in here. The rabbit is actually having a temper tantrum right now. I'm not entirely sure why. She's chewing on a wooden toy. That's her breakfast. She'll eat that. She takes all morning to eat her breakfast. She'll eat a few pieces and then come back. So she's playing with her toys. So that's where she sleeps. Fridge. Cat food. Microwave. Very fancy. So then we come back out into the main room here. Here's my craft area, and I'll try to back up a little bit so you can get a... And I'll go through a more detailed peekaloo at all this. Our couches. I'm not a fan of the couches. I'm not a fan of the color of the couches, but they're quite comfortable. I might like to invest in a cover for them. And then we have our television, which I don't really care about, except you'll notice that here, unlike in the other place, my work area does not face the television. So I can't watch TV when I work. I listen to TV when I work, if I have it on. We don't actually have TV service. I mean Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And then in here is more of my DVDs and stuff. I have them all laid out, separated by genre or season or whatever. And then I have just a couple of things in here. Any craft stuff that I have listed for sale that's a D-stash is in here. Just it helped me a lot to keep it separate from my stash back there. And then this top drawer is just video games and remotes and stuff. I don't have a lot of time for those either. But you can see, you know, when I complain about the light and not being able to light anything, it's because of these confounded windows right here. And then on the other side here, coming back for a frame of reference, here's that cabinet that I first showed you, and then right here is the entranceway to my bedroom. And then I'm not sure if you can see it. That's that blocked off doorway from the other end. That's my husband's dresser and our little TV. This room is just, we're not done unpacking here. We have, like, this is my husband's extra printer. He does not throw anything away. He's kind of an electronics nerd. He'll hang on to something forever because you never know when you're gonna need a part for it. He doesn't have a place to put this yet. This plastic tote is our spare blankets and things. We'd eventually like to get like a nice chest. Excuse me. I'm sorry. A nice chest or something for the, you know, a nice wood chest for the foot of the bed to put those in. But for now we have a tote because, like bookcases and tables, we don't we don't have a nice chest for that yet. And I've got more craft crap stored up there. This is my husband's crap on these shelves here. Well, some of that's my crap. Some of that's clothes for my Poshmark business, but husband's crap, husband's computer. All these totes down below is all his crap. Printer. This stuff right here, this is my dresser. Now we're on my side of the bedroom. I don't have a packing and shipping area for my businesses, so I had to give up my dresser area for storing those things. I'll usually grab the supplies, and then this table right out here is where I'll bring my scale and I'll actually do my packing out here. I needed a place to store it, so here it goes. I'm not even done unpacking my room. I still have all those boxes to unpack. This kitty is Percy. Hey, Percy. This is Percival. Hey, Percy. He's 2. More crap. Anyway, that's my room. The other cat's around here somewhere. It's Percy's litter mate. Anyway, so we're back into the main room here. You've seen the rest of the place, so let's get into the good stuff. Let's start with the desk area, and then we'll work out from there. Obviously, I have my computer. This keyboard, which will not die. I hate this keyboard. It's so ugly. It's not even real rhinestones. It's like fake. I can't even describe it. It's awful. So I have my computer area here. I have all these wires here that can't go near the floor or the rabbit will eat them. That's why everything's up here. And speaking of which, this is my heat tool that I keep holstered right to the side of my desk. And just last week, I didn't realize it. My cord was a little bit too close to the floor. And the rabbit who likes to nap underneath the desk here came out and ate my cord. So my husband had to get another cord and he Frankensteined it together. We're very grateful that the rabbit is still alive. We didn't have any issues. The heat tool works, I guess. I'm not super comfortable with it, so I ordered another one. Anyway, that'll be here. I think it's coming tomorrow, actually. Not today, because today's technically a holiday, but so yeah, so I do have another heat tool that's coming. My trash, underneath my trash is my sewing kit. And I put the trash on top of it because it makes it a little bit easier to reach. Inks. This hasn't changed since we moved. We just took it with us. This is a cassette deck holder that we picked up at Goodwill for $3. And my husband just screwed it into the wall. I have some random colored inks, some black inks. Obviously, these are my Distress Oxide inks. I don't have the full collection, but I have space for the full collection when I eventually get it. They're out of order now. Rod and Leah were doing some inking over the weekend, so it's all messed up, but and just regular dye inks. Up here, I have a couple of cards that were sent to me. Gorgeous cards. Teresa made these. And I have my thumbtacks, just because I didn't realize they were here. I was actually looking for these the other day. Super. I have this mug, which was a gift from my daughter. M is for mommy. And then I have a couple of fun things that have been made for me that I have up here on display. It's my personal mantra. So I've mentioned that when we moved here, we decided because our DVD rack was dilapidated that we were just going to throw it away, and we put all of the DVDs in the drawers in these 2 dressers. But we decided at the last minute to not throw it away, and we decided it would be an awesome shelving unit for craft stuff. And it didn't matter too much if it was warped, and I'll back up a little bit, because the stuff that we were going to put on it was not that heavy. So my husband screwed it to the desk and then screwed it to the wall. So this shelving unit over my desk is actually our old DVD rack that was going to be thrown away. Whenever it works and it's cheap, right? Obviously in the bottom here we have my Cricut that I will pull out when I'm using it. We have all of my inking tools and things. And I have some new brushes that I'm going to try out this week. This is where I keep my pre-cut papers, my Bristol and like my watercolor paper and stuff. Obviously we've got my Spectrum Noir markers. I do have a couple of Copics, not many. These are some completed cards and sorted out for various reasons. This white thing that keeps getting in the way is the mount for my phone when I do my videos, which goes right over my workspace here. Embossing powders, Nuvo drops. This is where I store my empty baskets. If you saw any of my organizational videos from last year, I get these baskets at the Dollar Tree and I use them to store stuff in because they're super easy and convenient. And I use them to store projects that I'm currently working on, like right here. I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that are sorted into different baskets. Like here's my February Hero Arts Kit, for example. So everything having to do with that is in here. Everything having to do with this is in here. I just kind of keep them stacked up, and when I complete the project, then the basket gets put away. A couple more things up here. I keep all of my packaging and plastic bags and stuff. I'll toss them in here and I'll reuse them. Alcohol, ink stuff. In the very top, I have a really hard time reaching this space just because the desk is so wide and this is so high. So this is stuff that my husband usually used to help me with, or I have to go get the step ladder from the laundry room. Spectrum Noir markers, my Memory Dex cards here that you guys have seen. I'm extending the selfie stick so I can show you. A couple of glues, things like that. Way up here. And down here you've already seen the Cricut. Paper towel, the Gemini. The Gemini is too heavy for me to lift out of the way, so it stays right here. And I just make sure to catch the plates as they come out the backside. This is a fairly new acquisition for me, this spinning carousel for Michaels. I love it. I am able to actually access a lot of tools and things that I couldn't really see before to use. The downside is it takes up a lot of space. So if I'm filming or if I need to use the Cricut, this has to go off my desk. And I'll show you what I do with it in just a moment. And underneath here is my glass mat, which you can't see because I have a lot of projects and stuff that I'm currently working on. This is my folder of stencils, and it's only out because I was looking for something in here earlier. It's just an 8x8 album, and I keep my stencils in the pockets here. And that normally goes here. And you guys will recognize, I can't put it up one-handed. I don't knock everything over. You'll recognize this cart from Michaels because everybody has one. I keep stuff in here, and it also has like a, if I have a project that's drying, I'll slip it into the drawer here so that it kind of works as like a drying rack. Back here I have my folders of embossing folders. Ribbons, which is just a shameful mess because I haven't really unpacked it very much, and the cats will come over and they'll knock stuff over. Then I have to start all over again anyway. I need a better solution for those ribbons, and I'm thinking of eliminating that whole section altogether and putting it in one of these drawers that I'll get to in a minute. You've heard me talk before about having to store stuff on the floor between the desk. This is what I'm talking about here. This is a tote of scraps. And then I have my scoreboard and trimmer and the scrapbook that I'm currently working on. And this is a binder of dies that I'm testing. And then the scraps, a couple of other random things that don't fit in drawers here. This is my Coloring on the Go kit, also known as where I keep my Tombow markers. I usually keep that there. This is the bead organizer that I've recently shown you that I keep a lot of my embellishments in now. This will eventually go into a drawer as well when I get it organized. Basically, I'm not ready to show everything off, but I figured if I'd wait till I was ready to do this tour, it would be like next year already. So I might as well just show you, and then in 2020 you'll have something to compare it to. Drawers, just still the same old mess. Actually, this one's not too bad. I got a fun novelty Legend of Zelda t-shirt for Christmas, and it came in this really fun case. And I held on to it because I didn't know what to do with it, and it worked out perfect to store all of my Cricut pens. So that's what's in here. And it actually getting rid of all that packaging has freed up a ton of space in this drawer, so it looks a lot better than it used to. These drawers over here I have a hard time accessing because of the stuff I store on the floor. So I don't really have too much in it that I use very often. Basically, it's a lot of photos and like stamping blocks and stuff that I don't use very often. I can access it if I had to. It's just a pain in the butt, so I don't use that stuff very often. Over here, this drawer is kind of a work in progress. I have some papers. I have some Happy Mails waiting to show off when I do a video. I've been keeping my Nuvo mousses in here. I'll usually, if I get a small haul, I'll usually slip everything in here. When I talk about my drawers getting full, so I needed to do a haul, it's because I was running out of room in here. And here's where I store my different colored papers, and I have them divided by color, and I have a little swatch of every color, and then what's in there. Underneath the desk, these two boxes hold packs of colored papers that when my folders run out here, I refill it from those boxes. And that plastic bin is just scraps waiting to get processed into confetti. And then over here on the floor is my lip gloss that I've been looking for since Saturday. Yay me! It's my little Yoda lip gloss that a friend sent me. And then that gray blanket is a place for the rabbit to sleep underneath there. So I would keep things in the boxes, these paper, because if the rabbit chews on it, at least she's not getting the paper, she's just chewing the box. Then we've got a cat toy. Excellent. That's my cuddle bug that I have down there on its side. This unit right here, you've seen it before because I've had it for several years. It's a great yard sale find. We'll just start at the top here. This is another shelving unit that we just kind of tossed right on top of here to get a little bit more space out of it. We're all about what's free or cheap. We don't necessarily care about the aesthetics. I keep a relatively clean home, so I'm not too worried about the aesthetics beyond just things being clean. On the very top, I have recently whipped out the old label maker to help myself here, but we keep my packaging from stamp and die sets. I keep the original packaging in case I want to resell it someday. And this was where I put anything that I want to give away. I keep in there. My letters for my pen pals, and I'll periodically I'll have to put these into a bigger box and put them in storage. And straws, anything for my knitting in here. One shelf below, I have my any stamp company that makes 6x8 stamp sets that have to go into larger pockets go in here. So right here I have like my Altenew and you know, the Hero Arts kits and my favorite things and Concord and Ninth and Honeybee stamps, and basically anything that comes in bigger packages goes here. These are miscellaneous stamps, including background stamps. 6x6 paper. This is new for me, just starting to divide it like I do my stamps by brand. And it works out perfect having it in here. Then I have 4x6 and smaller stamp sets down here. And these go in order, these two bins anyway, alphabetical order, starting with Avery L here and then ending with W+9 back here. And then actually only the front half of this, if you go past Darcy's here, we have some lawn fawn. This is where I keep my smaller lawn fawn sets, my 3x4 and my 2x3 stamp sets. And actually I see this doesn't belong here, that road border. That doesn't go there, that's misfiled, I'll have to get that. And then this bin over here, the front of the bin, is where I'll keep stamp sets that I have to put away. So let's just get that out of the way here. This is all stuff that I've recently worked with and just have to refile everything to put it away. This is my lawn fawn bin here, and everything's stored in here alphabetically. I have a lot of lawn fawn. And you can see there's plenty of room for the spring line, so possibly be doing a haul on that soon. These white boxes are all just ephemera, just divided by season or whatnot. Got my fuse tool stuff at the top. That Blitzy box is my splatter box. These drawers are not really organized or unpacked very well at the moment. I just kind of tossed things in after we moved. I'm getting there. This is where I keep like my twines and my shaker bits and washi tapes. Sequin mess. Really embarrassing sequin mess. And then I have like card bases and envelopes and other just craft stuff, paper crafting things all the way down here. Let me see if I can park my butt on the edge of the couch right here and open it up. So yeah, bit of a mess. This is Leah's card base, that's why that's there. Card bases and envelopes. Coffee filters. More craft stuff. These are some kits, some Queen and Company kits that I'm looking forward to getting to. Punches, card base, cardstock. And the very bottom has 12 by 12 papers, and it has like my magnet sheets, acetate, Cricut mats, things like that. Oh, and here's my Big Happy Planner Punch and my colored pencils. So that pretty much does it for the craft tour. I think we've gone through everything. One more thing that I wanted to point out is that when I'm crafting, and I've already mentioned that this carousel does not fit on my desk, especially when I need to film or when I need to use the Cricut, it doesn't fit on my desk. So what I've been doing, and I used to do this before, but now I just do it even more. I don't know if you can see, but underneath this couch, hello, go. I actually have a table stored underneath here. Oh, there it is. Just have to get you there upside down. There's a plastic folding table underneath that couch that I will pull out and get set up. And I'll set it up right behind the chair here. And I will usually have like my paper cutter and I'll have that carousel on it. So it's just kind of like an extra desk area, and all I have to do is just turn around to cut something or whatnot. If you've ever done a live video with me, and I say, I'll be right back, I have to cut something, it's because I'm just turning around because the paper cutter is behind me. So I actually have a picture of that area taken recently, and I will try to remember to insert it here so that you can take a look at what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my craft area. And that's my home, my half unpacked. We're not even quite ready for guests or whatnot, but I figured, you know what, when you see it in 2020, hopefully it'll be a lot better. I hope that you've enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any questions or whatnot, and if you have any suggestions on future organizational stuff, particularly any of that crap that I showed you in the drawers. I'd love some suggestions. Take care, have a great day. Bye!